Alright, what the fuck is up, gamers? Welcome to episode 15 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney something. As you can tell, the background's a little different. I hung up clothes hangers. They go back all the way to, like, where that wall is. They go all the way back. I can touch it about right here, which means there's quite a bit. There's two separate racks. Which is pretty cool. And by the way, they're like full, like, I mean, more or less. The first one here got some space in the middle, but they're more or less full. And I have like 3 loads of laundry I'm doing. I'm gonna donate a good number of them. The sad part is I just don't know what I want to donate. So I'll have to make that decision. But for now, I need to pit juror number 3 against juror number 6.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict each other!
Good gracious! To what statement do you refer, counsel?
He doesn't sound like that. Sometimes he does. Juror number 6, did you hear what juror number 3 just said?
What? Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a matter of speaking, pass the victim's lips on the night in question.
What? What explanation?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there?
I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance.
Hold it! Hold it! What a piece of work is a man! What are you trying to say, Mr. Shakespeare? I love that Shakespeare's a real guy. This dude's legitimate name in universe is Shamspeare. He is literally the fake Shakespeare. He's a faker and a cheater. What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange? That is what I say to thee, sir! I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body.
Good lord! This is my judge voice. Are they tasted in gas pipes? Is that what he's saying?
Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry he tried to fill his belly with gas?
Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him. For shame, madam, speaking thy fancy. I assure you, I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes.
Objection! Bullshit!
This is no summation examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my Learn Nibbani's friend's conjecture. Oh. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips on the pipe that feeds it, he would have had to have been a contortionist. These are empty assertions. There is no possible proof that the man did as you say.
Objection. It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamspeare put his lips to the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shamspeare has been doing something in front of the lamp on his wall. And I have evidence to prove it!
Alright, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I! Let's see this evidence then.
Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is the proof that time and time again, Mr. Shamspeare stood in front of his gas lamp. I want to see if I can figure it out before I check the thing. Is it that? I'm gonna check, hold on. The handprints look, I was right. I just wanted to check before I did it, because it would have been obnoxious.
What the?
These are... Wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene.
Skin prints? Counsel, I've never heard of such things. The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however.
My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shakespeare touched in his room.
I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it?
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Sholmes fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This Smith's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating. We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shakespeare also appeared to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture there.
Around the hanging picture there? Indeed, multiple handprints appear to be visible.
It's literally 100 degrees today. I'm like so thirsty.
Well, I wonder, could I have been appreciating the artwork, perhaps?
At first, my colleagues and I thought the same thing. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of...
In front of... Ah!
I didn't believe it! The gas lamp! Good heavens! Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shakespeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall, in front of that lamp.
Right! What have you been up to, you nut?
He doesn't even know. He wouldn't know. I asked the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement.
Me? What did I say?
You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you will recall juror number 3's statements...
What? Me now?
When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out and gas to start leaking into the rooms. Which, I would like to pose a theory before they explain it, because I think I figured it out. The curse that has been killing people with the gas has been Shakespeare being greedy. And before he lights his shit, blowing out everybody else's fucking lamps so that more gas concentrates and keeps him warmer. So they blew out fucking Natsume's like torch, like blew it out, and then fucking he was dying. He was having those nightmares of being strangled because he was literally choking on the fucking gas. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, Mr. Shakespeare would have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room. He could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Craggy!
Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to...
Objection!
He's mad as fuck.
Whilst I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a summation examination, I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zeeks?
This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case. But it's an exciting new forensic technique, developed by a great detective! It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands.
Certainly, even research of this nature by the esteemed Mr. Sholmes cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence.
But...
Hold on. Please, my lord, if I may.
Mr. Zato?
It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wish to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene as a tool by which to explain a possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen, and I'm sure the jurors would agree. Hold it! You're right! Whether those strange handprints fingerprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide!
Juror number 3.
Oh yes, I do declare the Great Detective's investigation results all sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady actor fella has to say about those shady handprints.
It's not enough, though.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy!
I didn't say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait! You heard his lordship, it's not found income evidence!
Ooh.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto! If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue!
Thank you, Mr. Zato, but I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success.
Look at him sweating over there like a bitch! What you want? Why, Mr. Shamsphere, you seem to be losing your composure.
Just one more juror, Mr. Naruto. You can do it!
Very well. Continue, counsel.
Press on juror number 1's statement.
Hold it!
All the evidence, you say?
That's right, and there's no room for your doubt.
Okay, so I have to say I have supporting testimony. They chose Sosuke? What the fuck?
That's right, and there's no room for doubt. Stop pointing at that Japanese man with a big mustache.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache. But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that?
What, you so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique developed by the great detective himself.
The numerous handprints on the wall were clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamsphere had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied there's a possibility that's where the poison was.
Oh yes, I don't deny that it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to the unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides,
Yes?
even if the fellow's been up to some mischief with a gas pipe dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh.
If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance.
You do make a very valid point, sir.
What?
Ah, that's true. Perhaps I was a little hasty.
No, wait!
Look, you've got your chance there, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is.
Just leave our nationality out of this, please.
Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that change their minds before may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shamsphere really did blow on the gas pipe on the night in question? Supporting testimony. No, in truth, I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it.
What's that? Testimony?
This is incredible! Whose testimony?
Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garrett residence that night. Namely, it's Sosuke Natsume is what they want me to say. Yeah, because he was the only one that was in the trial. Because you could say Garrett, but I wouldn't. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Sosuke Natsume himself.
The defendant?
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings! Even on that fateful night it happened! When I returned from Mr. Shamspere's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out and somebody tried to kill me!
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not?
Good golly!
Good golly! Good golly!
Something like, I don't know, whatever.
So that Shamsphere fellow blew air into the gas pipe to make the man's stove go out on purpose?
Now what else is there? What would he do that for? Mr. Foreman! What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye. Ah! Fair enough. Like I said at the outset, I'm a man of logic, first and foremost. Yeah, buddy! That's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue.
As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now call guilty, 4 now call not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is convicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, I hereby order the continuation of this trial.
Alright, we did it.
Mr. William Shakespeare!
My lord, how can thy humble Shakespeare serve thee?
What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe. But your handprints have a tiny measure all over the wall there. How do you explain that, eh?
I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
Hey, me!
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law.
Ah.
As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that.
Objection. But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding lamp in Mr. Shakespeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there...
Objection. What appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required.
Yes?
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making analysis impossible.
Ah! I didn't think of that.
In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could have possibly motivated the man to do as you describe. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived?
There's only one possibility that I can think of, and that is to use the leaking gas to commit murder. Because he wanted that bottom room, right?
Order! Counsel, precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shakespeare wanted to end the life of... What the fuck? I'm reading ahead a little bit and I shouldn't have, because I'm... oh, whatever. If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I never had those spots myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit, it's pretty much suicide. You freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shakespeare was trying to end.
Outrageous!
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder!
Good gracious!
Objection!
Objection. The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison in the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there.
Who did put it there?
The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill.
Now me reading ahead makes sense. Okay.
Yes, that would indeed seem logical. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison?
So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs? You mean to suggest? Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known.
What?
In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Sosuke Natsume.
Ah!
Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsume. The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nibanese friend?
He's not wrong. How did he manage to turn that around on me so fast?
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond! Otherwise, the member of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again! And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage!
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room! So we must name that person now, and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt!
You mean name the true culprit?
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all!
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointing to a particular person now.
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
What? Don't you worry. We know exactly. Objection! There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit!
A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nibanese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax.
Thank you.
Tell us, my learned Nibanese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime?
It is Thickums herself. Olive Green. The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Miss Olive Green? Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Counsel, but I don't recall where.
Miss Olive Green, the woman from 6 days ago. The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road, an incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add.
Oh, Of course, yes! Miss Green! She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe, but I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True. On the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in the hospital unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison.
Good gracious! She had poison!
There's another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requested she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
My lord, pray what be thy bidding?
Are you acquainted with Miss Green?
No, never heard of her.
Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned Nipponese friend's farce through to its conclusion.
I appreciate that.
The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here.
Yes, Miss Olive Green.
Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient.
Very well, I grant the request.
Excellent, I hope.
The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say. But at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Alright. Good shit. It's not bad at all. Let me see how long this is. It's not that bad. Most of this webpage is explaining how everything really happens. The actual thing, there's like that, and there's that. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, that's just adding things to the court record. Okay. Good shit. I'm gonna save the game. Why do I have 2 save files? I did them at the same time, it seems. Maybe they're like auto saves. I don't know. I think for now I'm gonna end the episode just because we're right here. For now, we'll be back. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.